What's up guys, Jam here. Today we'll be covering the Emilia's First Date side story. I plan on covering more ReZero side stories, so please let me know which one you would like to see next. Also, this side story will be safe for anime onlys. With that being said, let's get right into the side story. We open with Puck helping Emilia prepare for her first date with Subaru. Puck was stressing out, unsure of how Emilia should present herself. Emilia tries to comfort him. I don't think you have to worry about it that much, it will be fine if we just went with the usual. No way, forget about your partner, this is your first date. You absolutely have to be the cutest in the world. Gosh, you are making such a big deal out of it. Emilia sighs as at this rate she would be exhausted before she even had a chance to even step outside. Puck, being the overprotective dad, lays some ground rules for the date. Listen closely, Leah. Subaru might try to hold your hand or something of the sort, but you must definitely not allow that. Okay, I get it already, jeez, if you're that worried you might as well come along. I want to respect his courage as a man, but there's no way I could do something so tactless. Emilia is confused as it seems like Puck is contradicting himself. My feelings as a male wanting to support him and my feelings as a parent wanting to forbid this are battling it out within me. Leah, you better go while I can still hold myself back. Emilia shakes her head as Puck comes over to her hand. Puck reminds Emilia to call him if things go badly. Emilia giggles and tells him not to worry as Puck went back into the crystal on her chest. We then cut to Subaru and Emilia outside of the Roswell mansion. Did I keep you waiting? No, I've only just gotten here myself. You said you wanted to meet outside the mansion and say the stuff that we just said. Can I ask if there was any particular meaning to that? They both seem rather fitting for a date, don't you think? Leaving the mansion together wouldn't feel very much like a date, and when you meet outside, the sort of conversation we just had is an absolute necessity. Emilia notices the drawings of Puck on the ground that Subaru had made to kill time waiting for her. It was obvious that he had been here for a while. So that's how it is. I really don't know anything about this sort of thing. By the way, I would still reply, I've only gotten here myself, even if you were super late. It's a sign of my noble manly heart. Emilia teases Subaru for being late. Subaru fires back, telling her that there are things that shouldn't be pointed out even if you notice them. Subaru starts staring at Emilia intently. What's wrong, Subaru? Do I look weird? Subaru tells Emilia that she's looking a lot cuter than usual. He then asks if she had dressed up more than usual today. Emilia was surprised that Subaru had noticed the changes that Puck made to her appearance. Not bad, Puck. And here I thought for sure that his feelings as a father would make him put up some resistance when it came to his daughter's first date. Yeah, he was really conflicted about it, but he's sleeping in my crystal right now so you can relax. Subaru sighs and then bowed before Emilia. Well then, I suppose this is the beginning of our first date. I am honored that you would allow me to escort you. Like Emilia, Subaru had made sure to present himself well. He was wearing his butler outfit, it looked flawless from head to toe. Subaru then held out his elbow to her, intending to link arms with her. Emilia was visibly confused. Puck had told her not to hold hands with Subaru, but he never said anything about linking elbows. Is this okay? Emilia hesitates before grabbing Subaru's cuff. This isn't what I was hoping for, but that's a performance beyond my expectations. Your loveliness is truly demonically inspired. So, what exactly do you do on a date? First of all, we'll head to the village. After that, we'll pay our respects to the dead. And then how about going to see some flowers? Slowly, calmly, there's no rush. That sounds nice. Subaru and Emilia smile at one another as they make their way to the village. We cut to Subaru and Emilia at the village. Subaru's dusting off dust and dirt from his butler outfit. Thank goodness the children seem alright. You seem really popular too, Subaru. I wonder if that's something to be happy about. It's actually pretty problematic in its own way, Emilia. When they first arrived at the village, they stopped to pick up flowers for their visit to the grave. Subaru had asked the children to prepare a bouquet in advance. Unfortunately, the kids did not understand nor cared that Subaru was on a date, so Subaru was surrounded then ended up this way. Even with this, they were probably holding back because you were there. Come on, you're exaggerating. Those kids just like you, isn't that right? If this were any other day, I would have snot all over my back right now. That's what usually happens? Subaru and Emilia turn around. They are greeted by the children from the village who had been following them. Subaru tells them to scram as they've already done enough damage. The kids naturally complain, but Subaru threatens to snitch on them for approaching the village's barrier if they continue to follow them. While Emilia was watching, she noticed that one of the children were staring at her. It was none other than Petra. Once they met eyes, Petra stuck her tongue out at Emilia and ran off. Subaru checks to make sure Emilia is okay and swears to lecture Petra next time. Emilia tells Subaru it's okay and that they should get back to their date. Subaru and Emilia continue walking until Subaru stops in front of a group of trees with blue crystals on them. Alright, we're here. They had arrived at the barrier that responds to evil mana, aka miasma. This was the resting grounds of the mob beast known as Ulgarm. We can't enter, so sorry, but this is as far as we go. Subaru places the bouquet of flowers down and gets down on his knees. He then joined his hands and closed his eyes, then began praying. Emilia joined Subaru by putting her hand on her chest. She had heard that all living things, even mob beasts, would have their souls cleansed when they returned to the Ode upon death. She hoped they could get along when they once again incarnated into this world in a new form. After praying, Subaru and Emilia make their way to a flower field nearby. Wow. How about it? I was rather surprised when I first saw this, but it's really grand after all. This seems to be some sort of secret garden to those brats. I really had to work hard to get them to talk about it. A wonderful place like this. How did you get them to tell you about it? It was all for my date with you. I suppose you could say it was a bit of compensation for letting them violate my rights as a human beings for days on end. Also, this too is a present from me to you, Emilia. An ornament made out of flowers? It's a crown of flowers, so to speak. Perhaps it's not much compared to the real thing, but you could think of it as a rehearsal for when you become the ruler. I definitely want to give you one with the finest jewels by my own hand someday, but for now, this is the best I can do. Subaru winked as he put the crown on Emilia's head. Emilia's heart started to throb. She did not know what this feeling was, but she did know that it was a warm feeling and naturally brought a smile to her face. Thank you, Subaru. If possible, I would like to go on another date with you sometime. This killer line of hers pierced his heart. And that sums up the Emilia's first date side story. That was a very sweet side story. I love Subaru and Emilia's relationship, so I'm a sucker for more moments between the two. Obviously, we didn't get any plot twists or bombshells, and that's okay. For a story about a lot of dying and depressing things, these heartwarming and wholesome chapters are a nice break from the chaos and really make Subaru and Emilia feel more human. Because life is not just peaks and valleys. It's like a roller coaster that goes up and down. And I would love to keep going on this roller coaster to see where Subaru and Emilia's story goes from here. With that being said, thank you so much for the support as always. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.